we can talk about the partnership.
Let's talk about us.
now.
I was about to say the partnership is easy because the
That's what I
partnership is
mean.
us,
Yes.
right? I mean, this is what 30 years.
30 years.
30 years.
Of being partners
Right.
and working side by side. I mean, it wouldn't make sense to me to be with anybody else. And we haven't had a chance to work side by side in this way for a long time officially. I think unofficially we've been working nonstop for a long time, but now that we have, you know, our official organizations,
Right.
you know, we have our real jobby jobs. Of course we would bring those things together.
Right.
I think it's interesting because the world doesn't know our background
That's
in
right.
these ways.
That's right.
So like Black Voters Matter and Me Too are coming together, but for me it's like Cliff, April, Tasha, and Tarana.
Right.
That's right.
Is We've been in the trenches.
Been in the trenches,
forever.
dirt roads.
Dirt roads, like
Right.
real for real.
You know.
Dirt roads and dark nights.
Right.
You know, and I think
Yeah.
the core piece around what brought us together is that we love our community.
That's
and
right.
we love our people.
And we love each other.
And that we love each other. And we
Yeah.
really had the audacity to believe that we could change any system
now. That's
through
right.
that. That we believe that if we come collectively together,
right.
we could not only just create organizations, but we can actually create hope. We're taking on issues that some people want to look away from.
Yeah.
Or they think
Always.
it's too hard
That's
to
right.
make
Yeah.
change
That's
with.
right.
And we actually have the audacity to believe that we're tapping into our own humanity. We can shift those things.
It's so interesting. People, you know, I'm sure we all get these questions all the time. What makes you keep going? And how do you get up all the time and keep going and do this work? And when I get that question all the time, I always say, I have been grounded in this work by my folks for the longest time.
Yeah.
Right? They are a group, a very small and close-knit group of people who have kept me grounded. I'm not a superhero. I'm not there's no particular, like, I think there's a specialness that we all have, right?
But I think you're a superhero.
I do.
Well,
yeah,
I think we all
I think
superheroes,
that-
though.
okay.
But I mean this in a way that's like, I think we all have been sort of ordained in a particular way to do this work. But what keeps me going is the thing that I know that I have a grounding in y'all, in this, that whatever we got tapped to do, we got tapped to do it together.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think that I could do this without knowing that you doing it and you doing it and you doing it, right? And then when it gets really, really, really hard, that thing that you just said, that we are committed to liberation and we committed to love and that we can find hope in each other and that we have the audacity to believe that we can put hope in other people collectively, that when I feel really, really, really tired and when I feel really, really, really hopeless,
That's right.
that I have this group of people that when I don't have it, you got it.
That's right.
Right. When you don't have it, I got it. When you know what I'm saying. When you So that is a thing that it's the secret sauce.
That's right.
It's the secret sauce.
It really is. And so where else would I go? Right.
Yeah.
You know, it just doesn't make sense to me to be anywhere else.
And I think the other thing about this partnership is that we can model for other organizations, right? I mean, it's easy for us because we've been in it together for so long. But like, how do you get to organizations that have similar overlapping purposes and actually do like the hard work, like do the day-to-day work, like get on the road together, right? How do you do that?
Right. Yeah, that's a blueprint. I don't know.
Right. And so, you know, we can model in this partnership the way that other organizations can go about coalition building on a range of issues, but particularly issues like the ones that we're dealing with.
When, you know, like when we talked about, like when I was thinking, you used the word ordained and you talked about modeling. And I think about when we first got together and our work was anchored in watching, you know, people like Reverend Orange and Diane Nash and, you know, others. And they treated this work not like it was work, right?
No,
it was like a
exactly.
religion. to
It
them,
was.
right?
It was their life.
It was
like
their
their
ministry.
It's our life.
It was their
Exactly.
ministry. And I do believe that modeling that for us help us to realize that this is not just a struggle for liberation, but it is anointed work, right? And that is what allows for the courage to deal with two tough topics that you talked about.
That's right.
Because we believe and we feel like it. It's not just religion when you go to church on Sunday.
No.
Right? It's religion when we go knocking on doors. When we are talking, when we were confronting people who are standing with toxic patriarchy or with white supremacy. And, you know, and I think that is what our partnership is forged
That's
in.
right.
Is a keen awareness, right, of how spiritual and purposeful this work is rooted in.
Y'all got me hype. I'm ready to roll.
I'm like,
ready to go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
You done bought a Reverend Orange. Come on. Let's go. Running up that mountain like Reverend Vivian.
It's time. We're
Yeah.
here. We're
We
here.
here.
No, it's definitely
here.
time.
We here.
Survivor
But you-
justice.
It's racial
It's racial
justice.
justice.
That's right.
But you brought up a really good topic. I do think there's a modeling that needs to happen because survivor justice is not it's about mass incarceration. It's about gun violence. It's about immigration. It's all of these different areas that it permeates into, and people don't see it as a social justice issue. So that's one of the other goals
That's
of
right.
this is to model and say this is not just a he said she said issue. This is not just some salacious gossip in the news. People don't see Me Too or survivor justice or sexual violence in as an issue that's actionable. And so,
I love that.
something that you can organize around, something that
Yeah.
you can legislate around, something. And so that's another reason why I had to come and get my folks and be like,
That's right.
no,
No.
no, we can
We
go
in these streets
we
too.
in these
We in these
streets too,
streets. We in
right?
these
Like
streets too.
even the blackness of it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Come on
You
now.
know,
That's
when
right.
when it went viral, people like, well, that's for the white women in Hollywood, and I'm like, no, this is happening in the streets. Right in your neighborhood.
That's right.
So forget about what you saw.
That's right.
Keep your eyes on the prize. And
That's
the
right.
prize is always black people.
That's right.
And it's not an attack, right? Because I think,
No.
people wanted to take it and slice it and make it be about, oh, it's the sisters against brothers. And it
No.
was not that at all. Because
No.
there's in the word survivor alone, there is optimism and
Exactly.
hope,
That's right.
right? It's the
Exactly.
part that you want to hear because what you're saying is people who've overcome
Yeah.
are fighting to make and correct
That's right.
and make something right.
And you know what's not in it either? There's no gender.
That's
Right.
That's right.
There's no gender.
Right.
So it's not us against them, it's everybody.
Right.
Everybody.
It's all of us. This is not, it happened at a time where it was obviously it's more women who have space to come forward actually and talk about it, but this is about everybody.
That's right.